Okay, so let's move on to Better Call Saul, which we have been watching for a few years now. I thought the last episode was really fun, and there was a couple of little different things that happened in here that I
This
thought
is
were
not
great.
nice to say, but I was glad to see Saul get knocked on his behind. I was glad to see him because, in my opinion, I know Howard wasn't so nice to Saul's brother, but Saul is going too far. He needs to let it go. I mean, don't you think he needs to just sort of stop?
I don't even remember, I think the problem is, and I think this is well written and I think it's excellent, is I don't remember Howard being that bad to his brother. Was he?
It wasn't, but that's how Saul took it.
Okay,
He
well,
wasn't
yeah,
that bad to
that's
his brother,
yeah,
but
so
that
maybe
was
that's the issue.
Saul. But that was Saul all along, being hypersensitive about, the way they were treating his brother, when in fact his brother was a wild card and no longer reliable to practice it within the firm. And but oh, wait a minute, it's how we treated the brother in conjunction with how we treated Saul. Because remember, Saul got his
Well, it's more like Saul, I think, because he kind of looked
well,
down at
both.
Saul too.
No, it's both. It's both. It's all of it. But
Okay.
but but I think you are right that is more really how he treated him. Because guess what? The brother was a little bit snobbish against Saul too.
Yeah.
The brother just didn't have the mental wherewithal, to do anything about it. But the brother also was very condescending towards Saul because the brother went to Ivy League,
Well, I
got his
know.
law degree, but Saul went to like a matchbook, kind of law school and all this kind of stuff, and
Well,
they did
I
not give him the respect. You know,
well, look, I got you. With that being said, in this episode,
it's a long
it was
going feud. It's a long going feud.
well, I mean, I feel as though Jimmy started it. Jimmy started it, and
Jimmy did
and
start it in the sense that he responded. They treated him shabbily, and he responded in a sort of resentful way, and he
yes.
just became
And so
vindictive.
in this
Yeah.
episode, Howard challenges Jimmy to a boxing match. And Jimmy, to me, Saul got what he deserved.
Saul got what he deserves because he needs to let it go. He needs to
At
be
this
good.
point, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be
But
not
Kim,
underhanded. He
but
needs to
Kim
deal
is the
with him
one
straight
who
up.
is kind of like, you know, pushing it forward.
Kim is encouraging Saul in all kind of ratchet behavior,
Yeah.
and underhanded,
I
and criminal, and some
yeah.
of it, borderline criminal behavior. Yeah, Kim is totally, pushing this more so that remember Saul looked over at Kim and he said, I didn't know you were like this. I didn't know who I'm married to. Remember?
I
Words to
remember.
that effect. Yeah.
I remember the another, well, obviously Gus, he was a big focus of this episode, and nothing technically happened in this episode except we see that he is paranoid, he is tripping, he's distracted, he can't even take orders at Los Hermanos, because he is wondering like where's Lalo, where's he at, and I'm wondering who the couple is that's staying at his home. I want to know who those people are because we don't know who they are. They just kind of, just go with the wind. But I think it's really interesting, like Gus's character, because he's so put together. He's planned, he's organized, and he's never distracted. He's always
But
focused.
but
But
you know
now with
what?
Lalo,
He's OCD and he's cold. He's
mhm,
OCD and he's very cold. He's very uncaring. Do you see Gus caring about anything?
he cared about his lover. He cared about his, they didn't say it, but we all
You mean they
knew
didn't
that
you mean they didn't really show it?
they didn't show it, but
Right.
we kind of saw, and that just changed everything. That's what he cared about. And that's how, and I think what that is, is that is what it is when you are a quote unquote, well, he is a businessman, But in the game, in that type of game, when it's life or death, that's how you're supposed to be.
That's it. Well, that's how he is.
And
That's how he is.
but now he's all shook up. He doesn't
Well,
know.
yeah, because Lalo was supposed to be dead.
Right. And he knows Lalo's not dead.
But and so he knows that Lalo is gunning for
Him. And how about Lalo in Germany and trying to find evidence that Gus has been working against the cartel?
Now I didn't see the connectedness that put Lalo in Germany. That just the next thing you know, Lalo was in Germany.
Well, he's after Gus and he's trying to find
after Gus, but I'm saying I didn't see how he got into Germany.
Well, they didn't show that. They didn't
show that. They just showed him. Next thing you know, he's in Germany and he's talking to the widow. Yeah,
of the engineer, right?
Right, of the engineer who was putting together Lalo's super duper drug spot.
Yeah, that super lab.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So but now the actor playing Lalo, now hey, you got to give him props.
Yeah.
Now he's a horrible character, as many of them are, in this whole franchise.
But he's more likable than the guy in Ozark. Remember the one that was in Ozark, Javi?
Which one? Javi was terrible.
Yeah,
Javi was just terrible. Well, Lalo Lalo has family allegiance that Javi didn't have. Javi didn't care whoever throat he cut.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
But we know Lalo. He's got his family uncle and all this and that. Whatever. So we know that about Lalo already. Really good. Just very engaging. Very engaging, and you will enjoy it. Sit down, like I said, with your nice glass of Chablis or whatever you want to do, or your nice glass of water or whatever you have, or your good shot of bourbon or your tequila or your, whatever, or your wine, or, guess what? Is sit down with a very self-indulgent, sexy doughboy donut, and put your feet up. Whatever.
Yes. And even if you're not in Texas.
There you go. That's right. So
you're hilarious.
Enjoy it.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bamgboshe Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.